back to Lloyd and JD, the best podcast in the fucking world. I am Lloyd.
I'm JD.
What's up, man?
It's been a busy week. I have been
I've seen you in 2 weeks.
stampeding, and then stampeding. So it's my week
back.
of stampede. I've got the time we're recording this last 2 days. So, and they're always busy days, the Saturday and Sunday. We were discussing that as we were
It's the last
driving here to record. Yeah, the last 2 days, everybody's like, "I'll wait till the last minute. I'll go. It won't be busy," and then it's busy as fuck. So, yeah, I mean, it's been crazy hot weather.
Yeah.
Only the one night rained, so and it really rained. Yeah, it was refreshing because it brought the temperatures down. But I mean, it's been
Grass is burning.
a stellar kind of week for
Stellar. Did you actually just use that word?
Yeah.
Shame on you, man.
No, man, it's been good. Usually it's rain all week and it's miserable and you know.
I like it when it rains at the Stampede.
Yeah.
It's cool. Like, fuck the Stampede when it's hot, man. It's stupid.
Yeah.
It's a big black tarmac.
I like it when it's dry because I'm shooting photographs, obviously. And
I don't give a fuck about that. Wear a raincoat, man.
Yeah.
Put one of those raincoats on your camera.
Yeah, it's a pain in the ass to operate it like that. And then it changes the lighting.
Oh, you have to work.
You know. So when the steam starts coming up like it did on Tuesday, it changes. It adds some weird leg flares to your shots and stuff, and you just got to cope. But I mean, it's all good. I've had a really good run in terms of I've had a lot of the people that have been photographing, reaching out, talking to me and stuff like that. So it's been really, really good. Virtually everybody I photographed has used my photos for their social media accounts and all that kind of stuff. So it's been really good in that aspect for me work-wise. So
nice.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny, though, because you'll look at it. I'll post it on my social media, my Instagram, and I'll get like 15, 20, 30 likes. They post it on theirs, and I'll get like 10,000. So
that's because more people see it.
Yeah, more people see it, and they've got a lot more fans.
The only people that see it on your Instagram is family and friends.
Yeah. Yeah, and people that know my work, and that's kind of it.
You know, who cares, right?
Yeah, so
family and friends have to like your shit.
Yeah, it's funny though. Like I said, how stark the difference is. You know, it's
yeah. Well, at least you got some likes.
Yeah, I got some
happy faces,
some happy faces,
people,
some happy emails, and all that kind of stuff. And I'll be doing some work with some guys in the future.
Nice.
So I'm excited about that, and it's.
Better you than me, mate. I couldn't stand in a field and take pictures of someone I give zero fucks about. So, you know, props to you, to be honest, because most of the pictures would be me like selfies.
So bored.
Yeah.
See you later.
Great. You look great on stage.
Who's this guy again?
Who cares? Yeah. Who cares, right? Like,
why are these teenagers screaming for you?
That would be my biggest problem. Like, I literally do not care.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, well, I mean,
even for the famous people that were there, it was just like, ugh, okay, great, yeah. There's your snapshot. It'd be like a passport.
But
photo.
that's why you're not a photographer, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, it's not your thing. I mean, you don't have to be famous for me to photograph you either. I mean, if you know, you want portraits done, we've done some stuff before. I mean, taking some good shots of you.
Easy.
Yeah,
I just sit there. You know what dream job I think I want is like when marijuana is finally legal, like the tester. I just
the test.
Is that a job?
I'm sure they chemically test it, but you know,
I was emailing one of the dispensaries throughout Canada. Doesn't matter which.
Yeah.
Just talking about stuff and things because the laws are changing.
Yeah.
And wondering about product and how it all works and whatnot. And there is someone that has the decision on whether this is good product and has to ingest that product.
Yeah.
I want that job.
Yeah.
I want to know how you get that job.
I would say it's something that you either are highly qualified for and you...
I am fucking qualified, bro. Let me tell you right now. I got 10 years of experience.
Yeah.
I'm well trained.
Yeah.
I've got, a good tongue for that shit. But in all seriousness, with the laws changing, I do kind of want to get into that business.
Yeah, I mean...
not now, because the laws...
Yeah, and we had discussed this because there was a stream of arrests in Toronto, I think it was, where they shut down a bunch of stores.
It's not good news right now to be doing it still. But...
Yeah. And these are people that are trying to hit the wave before it, kind of goes into full...
It's kind of fucking sneaky.
Yeah. It's a bit sneaky. It's it's a gamble, obviously, because you can end up with
Gambling with
criminal
your life.
charges. Well, you're gambling with your criminal record and being able to leave the country.
88 people were fined and arrested and given a court date
Right.
after those raids. 88 people ranging from 18 years old
Right. And those are probably the poor guys selling the stuff as a clerk making
20,
minimum
30
wage.
years old. That's insane.
Yeah, it's
That's a lot of people in one day.
yeah.
88.
It makes me wonder what the reason for doing it was. Why?
For me, I don't know the real reasons. I
Yeah.
make shit up. I just like how I feel. It's almost like they know the legalization's coming and they're trying to get that last kick into the ones that are doing it early. I feel like it's almost like I don't know the right word to use. It's like they're almost a little pissed that it's happening early, or so they're
Maybe I think part of it
trying to
is
send a message. Maybe
I mean,
that we have the right to bust you up till the day that they say it's legal, and
Sure.
we will do that, and
Yeah.
you know.
yeah. I mean, part of it is that I know in the move of legalization, part of the argument is that it will reduce organized crime and the profitability of
My
organized
opinion,
crime.
it already has.
Yeah. So that's probably what they're going for. Is my guess. If they're going to bust people, maybe there is a element of organized crime
I do
attached
have
to
some
those
fucking
businesses.
issues, though. I do have some issues, and I've been on the road lately to getting my card
Yeah.
for medical because I, have medical reasons why I want to pursue this. And when I was doing so, I've been put onto websites that are they're licensed by the government.
Yeah.
They're medical. It's completely legal for me to order from those sites.
Yeah.
It comes to my door. But I haven't ordered from them yet. But the weighing system, they've changed everything.
Right.
Which they undercut all the dealers. They've said like all the prices are they're under $10 a gram, which is what you're going to get on the street. And they've undercut all the dealers, and that's part of their plan on outcutting people because dealers can't sell for less than $10 a fucking gram because that's already cheap.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In certain places in America, people are paying $25 a gram, $15 a gram, which is fucking nuts. So they have to uncut all the dealers. They're sitting at like $8-9 a gram, but they've changed all the weight systems. Like, I know that weed has been underground from now, like black market. You had to go through a dealer. You had to go, but it's one of the least, of drugs, which is why it's been legalized. There's reasons behind why they've noticed that it's being legalized. So to change a system that is decades old with exchange for weight and money and how much you're getting, blah, blah, blah. Like you spend this much money, you get a deal sort of thing. Like it's world renowned. It doesn't matter what country you're from. An eighth's an eighth, a quarter's a quarter.
Yeah.
That's the weight system. That's how it fucking works. Now they've changed it all. It's like you can only buy 5 grams and that would be a quarter technically, but a quarter is 7 grams and you're paying $50 to $60 for a quarter. So you're getting that extra for free, right? Because that's how it works. That's the system, but not anymore. Now the government got it. It's like $5 a gram you pay for every gram, and it's all the way to 30 grams. You can't even buy it, which I thought was ridiculous because the legal amount to carry on you is 28 grams, but they will only sell you 30.
That's,
So they're fucking annoying. That annoys me a little bit because I feel like they're already being annoying. Which you knew was going to come with the legalization because there's a lot of people that don't want it. There's a lot of people that do want it, but the people that don't want it are annoying. And it seems like they've got their annoying foot in the door and have started changing things. And this is how we're going to do it now. And this is how it's like, just keep it the way it's always been.
Right.
And I think in that sense, they're going to lose because there is other dispensaries. And when it drops that it's legal, they're going to boom because they already have clientele.
Yeah.
And no one's going to switch over to these so-called governmentally owned dispensaries that you needed when you had a card.
Right.
Because why? Why would I pay for every gram and not follow a tradition that I've been following my entire life with smoking herb?
But there will potentially be supply chain issues. And what I mean like that is, when you have a retail store and you get, a truck that brings in whatever your product is and you sell it, at a certain point, there might be supply chain issues. They're actually experiencing this right now as we speak in Arizona. They don't have enough weed.
Yeah, but that's part to do with how fucking shit the weather's been there, really. Yeah. But the thing is with America's got their own shit going on, but BC is a little more. We're never going to run out of shit in BC. We didn't when it was illegal, and I definitely won't when it's legal. I'll tell you that right now. And the people, these dispensaries that are running illegally, because they're selling right now, they may have a license for people that have cards in Vancouver, but they're still selling. And the people that they are buying from, the big companies, like you got Miss Envy, you've got Mordor Organics, you've got these have a license to grow.
Yeah.
These are companies. They're people that have all the paperwork. They're not going to get raided. They have their paperwork for growing. They have their paperwork for selling, and they're allowed to give to certain dispensaries with their stuff. So those guys are going to be around. They're around now, and they will be around after the legalization. And those are the guys that are giving to the certain dispensaries that once legalization passes are going to get all the clientele. The people that are too scared to buy from those dispensaries now because it is illegal are gonna, once they don't need the card, they're gonna be like, well, fuck this website that's ripping me off.
Yeah.
Like, because they claim it's cheaper at $8-9 a gram, but if you're paying for every single gram, you're not if you go to a regular dispensary because, and that annoys me too, because in America, they never did that.
Yeah.
In America, you go to any dispensary where you need a medical card and the weights are exactly the same. You're getting the same deals. It's the same process.
Yeah. I think the reason it is the way it is now is because of the medical legislation, and because it's a medicine. And
but in America, it wasn't medical, and they did. I watch a lot of YouTube videos on this. People that vlog that have been through the system there are going through this change, and from when it was medical to when it was legalized, the stores got more bright, more colorful, more embracing, because it's not medical anymore. When it was medical, the store was white. It was like a doctor's office.
You had to go in, you had to wait. There was a security guard.
But it was still the same weights. It was still the same deals. And that's my issue. I get that it's going to be like right now it's very medical. It's very like you've got to go, but
all that stuff will change. All that stuff, I guarantee you, once it legalizes.
But back to the original topic, I feel like it's an opening for people like me, you, whoever, to kind of make some money.
Yeah.
And get into a field that not is only fun, but the people are fun to be around. It's a good environment.
Yeah.
A lot of people that are into this movement, it's a good environment.
Yeah.
And you're making good money.
Yeah.
At the end of the day.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we've talked about some of the stuff. I mean, I've been working on something for the last little while. I'm not going to say exactly what it is at this juncture.
It's a mini meth lab. It's a little meth lab. No, it's not.
But essentially, I just got contacted again by the company this week. Yeah, and
good
working
news.
out some details. So, I mean, things are moving forward. We've still got, it's going to be legalized, along with Canada Day next year at 151. They didn't want to run it in conjunction with
the laws
150.
that are coming, the stuff that you're working on, which will be released whenever you feel the need, will help with the laws that are coming just for if you are someone that wants to be at home and...
Yeah. I mean, my stuff is all focused around, we'll just say it, that people that want, the regular Joe that wants to, be involved in that kind of thing. So, I mean, it's work in progress. We'll see how it goes. But
it's a great venture, and I think it's close to like people that are, people are going to think that, people like me that are saying these things like, it's a drug, blah, blah. But like, it's the same with brewing. Like people are so into their brewing. Like we went to a brewery. You can watch that episode. It's a couple episodes back.
Yeah.
And they're so into their job. They love what they do. They love brewing the beer. It's like in them. They love it so much. Well, why can't you have that for the herb that you're growing? And it's the same feeling that you're doing a job that you feel so good about and it's fun and you're enjoying yourself. And there's a lot of science to it. There's a lot of science to brewing. There's a lot of science to growing good, healthy marijuana that isn't going to make someone sick or give them pneumonia or has bugs on it. Or, there's a lot more to it than just growing a drug that you would
putting a potted plant in your kitchen and putting a seed in it and then adding water. It's not that simple.
Yeah. So, there is science to it. Yeah. And the more they read into trichlomes and CBDs and... I've been getting into CBDs for my anxiety, and I'm looking into getting pure crystallite, which is pure CBD. There's no THC at all.
Yeah,
and it's smoked the same way as you would smoke.
And for people that don't know, CBD is basically non-psychotropic. It's got all the benefits of...
It's an element that's in marijuana that makes marijuana whole. If you put cannabis as a whole without CBD, you wouldn't have the taste, the flavor that you have in certain types of marijuana. But if you extract that certain gene, it can do wonders for depression, anxiety, and pain, irritable bowel, diarrhea. There's all sorts of different, and there's more and more science opening up about it in every step that we take in this new future that we have with the plant. we're finding out more and more stuff about like even terpenes, which I'm learning about now, which is flavors and how those flavors actually react with your body. So now when you're getting from medical stores, they'll tell you what terpenes are actually in this weed, like citronelle, and they actually have, and you might smoke citronelle and it might give you headaches and it might not react well with your body. So there is strains that your body's going to react with better than any others. So it's a whole... There's a whole, thing there.
And that whole thing is going to evolve from day one onwards. You're going to see leaps
and I
and bounds.
Get in now.
Yeah.
When it's fresh and new and grow with it, because that's when you're going to make the best chance for yourself to actually get ahead in that game. And
that's why, like I said, I'm taking the opportunity.
Could be Calgary's Lords of Cannabis, man. Could you imagine? Lloyd and JD show would be so much more popular.
Lloyd and JD strain.
Yeah. Oh, I'd be good strain. To mix everything.
Yeah. But yeah, I mean, that's why I've been taking the time. I mean, I've been working on this for probably a good almost a year now.
Yeah, that's probably the one thing that I'm ever on your ass about too. Like, you still working on that?
Yeah. So I mean, I've been working at a year to this point, and I mean, I've still got a year to go. So. Yeah, I mean, there's still things that can happen in between, but hopefully, it all pans out. But at this moment, it's going good.
It looks like it's going ahead with it.
Yeah, so I mean, I
think people are even petitioning right now to stop the busts prior because of how close we have a date, July. Yeah. Like, we have a date, you know? So people are kind of like, well, like, you're still busting people and putting them in jail. Like,
yeah. I mean, I get it. If you take a house and you convert it into a grow op in your community,
I think we're
and
talking
stuff
more
like
about
that,
the dispensary dudes.
But the dispensary guys,
I think that's what they were going for.
And that's what I mean. Like,
if you bust a grow up in a basement, fuck, it is what it is.
It is what it is, exactly. But the dispensary stuff, I totally agree.
They're doing it in the open. They're not hiding from you. They're
right there.
Out in the door.
You know what they're all about.
A lot of them are going for their paperwork within their state. So it's like, fuck off.
Or they have some stage of paperwork already.
Some stage.
It's. I don't see the point at this juncture. It's just going to jam things up, and it's going to waste a lot of resources doing something that's going to be legal very, very shortly.
If you know the government, like you do know the government, they love fucking wasting time and fucking shit up and making shit harder than it has to be. That's their style.
Yeah. So, it'll be interesting. I mean, it's less than a year now because, like I said, I think they moved it to 151 because they didn't want the anniversary of Canada to sort of be the time when they launched this as well. Sick. Yeah, it would have, it would have been definitely a mark, but, it's...
it wasn't even that big of a deal. Like, it wasn't that big of a day. It would have been even bigger if they legalized weed. You can only imagine.
Yeah.
That would have been an awesome way to kick it off. But then that bugs me in a sense because they're the ones that are legalizing this.
Yes.
So to sit there and say they don't want to do it on 150 because they don't want it to remember that, but it's a brilliant step that you're taking forward. Yeah. Not only are you keeping innocent people out of jail that are just walking around with weed or smoking weed, like obviously you do got people who argue that there's the bad weed dealers, and of course there is, man. Like there's probably bad dudes that brew in their basement. I don't know, like, you know what I mean? But like, they're, getting to the base of it all, like, most of them are pretty decent guys. The guys that are doing dispensaries are pretty decent guys. Like, it's a good plant. It's obviously, no science has come forward yet saying it's shit.
Yeah.
So the fact that we keep getting better and better science saying that, this stuff's actually pretty good for you, it's like, why don't you feel good about legalizing that? Why aren't you like, fuck, let's do it on the 150th? Because it's a huge step for Canada to take to legalize something that not only helps people, like you see people with seizures that smoke a little bit, like have pipes that you have to bite on, and they smoke a little bit and they stop seizuring, and like there's all sorts of footage. That
obviously a part of it is because our next door neighbor is a bit of an asshole, and
you know what? At this point, fuck our next door neighbor.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, no, and I mean, the funny thing
we celebrate Canada Day, and we're still bitching about our next door neighbor. It's fucking Canada Day.
Yeah. The funny thing is that, with the U.S., and they're kind of like, well, our war on drugs and all of the DEA and all that kind of crap. But the funny thing is, what is it? Montana's legal. Washington's legal.
Seattle.
That's part of Washington.
Oh, is it? Sorry, I'm not
Washington
good with
State.
my American states.
I believe Arizona. Is Arizona legal now? No, it's Colorado.
Yeah, California.
California's pretty close, if not legal. Arizona's pretty close, if not there. But, I mean, they've got all different stages. But, I mean, the funny thing is they've got their federal legislation.
The DEA
and
will fight
each
that
state
shit.
has there. And the DEA is a federal agency will go and do their stupid... If they want to go in and raid these places where it's legal, apparently they can do that. So, I mean, they're even a little bit more messed up than we are.
to end that rant so quickly on the DEA, I did watch a bust with the DEA in America, and they had forgotten a couple of cameras to disable inside the dispensary when they're loading, and they were caught eating the cookies. They were caught talking shit. They were caught talking shit about how like, oh, fucking hippies, like blah blah blah, fucking
I've seen the video,
smelling all the weeds, going through it all. So even the people doing these busts don't have the same. They're not super opposed to marijuana. They're not. It seems like a fucking joke to them that they're going in and ruining people's lives, and then they're sitting there eating the brownies and eating the cookies, and it's kind of a slap in the face, really.
And the thing is those people, right? I guarantee you, it's a job, right? Some of those guys probably don't even want to go in. Some of them probably buy from that dispensary on a Thursday.
But that's what bothers me about it. Like, don't be a dick when you go in there, like sitting there eating the brownies, like and talking shit about people. And like, you're a professional. You're supposed to be a professional. Yeah. I don't care whether you go in there on the weekends. You're a fucking police officer.
Oh yeah, you should.
You're a fucking professional, man. You're wearing a fucking uniform right now, and you're eating a brownie, calling some guy a fucking hippie. Yeah. And you're telling me those are the bad guys? As far as I'm fucking concerned, he should have been in fucking handcuffs.
Totally unprofessional.
Totally unprofessional. Absolutely. Disgusting. And that's the DEA. That's a federal fucking police officer.
Yeah. But just like I said, it just goes to show you, just because the top says this is what's going on doesn't mean that it's believed all the way down to the bottom.
No, but it's just not okay to be that unprofessional.
No. I mean, if you're going to go do a job, do your job. I mean, that's
what I mean. Like, if you believe in it or not, if you're using it as this is my job, then do your fucking job. But when you go in there and act like that, it's almost like you're not doing the job. It's almost like you're kind of a dick. You know what I mean? So I found that super unprofessional, and it just gives you an insight on kind of how these guys deal with the dispensaries when they raid them. They're not the nicest of people when they're in there. They don't give you the best of rights. They smash their faces in the ground. They knee on you. Like, there's really unnecessary force used.
And at the end of the day, for what?
And the funniest thing is, for me, is they always go in with guns.
Yeah.
They could walk in. It's a store. It says right on the front, dispensary. You could just walk in and be like, so guys, you're under arrest. Like, we're detaining everything, blah, blah, blah. But they go in with SWAT team. They have like bulletproof jackets on. They're like, get on the ground. Yeah. Like, these guys, are you fucking kidding me? Do you not think that there's something better you guys could be doing? Like, you could have sent the local police officer.
Yeah. I would say that depends on the state, because of gun laws in the states. Like, I mean, Arizona's like an open carry state where everybody's armed, so I kind of get that they
maybe
have
states
guns.
Like that, but like even in Vancouver, they went in with SWAT team.
Yeah.
Like, fucking chill out, man. Like these are guys selling weed openly. I don't think they got AKs behind the counter. Yeah. Like,
I don't think they're gonna run either.
Yeah, like, you know what I mean? Like, you could probably just walk in and be like, you're being detained. Like, we got paperwork for a warrant.
They might look at you and go like, is it okay if I eat that sandwich, man?
Yeah, like, I just feel like the force is unnecessary. Everything's just totally unnecessary.
It's a little too much.
Like, when you bust a basement grow up, totally. Guns, necessary, totally. Yeah.
But store, just walk in.
I don't think the dispensary has an AK behind the counter.
I hope not.
Yeah, maybe a golf club for robbers, but other than that,
But yeah, so that's basically another week.
Yeah, man.
So thanks for tuning in. Make sure hit like, subscribe, hit the bell, all that kind of good stuff. Check out our Patreon. I'd like to thank the 2 people that have donated to our Patreon.
We got donations. Thank you so much.
Yeah, we got 2 Patreon. If you happen to be watching us on iTunes, thank you so much. We set another record last month. We gained over 600 subscribers.
What the fuck is going on? Is it a trick?
It is just...
So how many subscribers do we have on iTunes? Tons?
Several thousand.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So since about February, we've been adding about 300 to 500.
Is this like some robot computer system that's just giving us like, if you set something up here, what the fuck?
I don't know. It might be the Russians. We had a big influx we had a big influx of Russian subscribers last month as well. On YouTube, we gained about 50 from Russia and Kazakhstan and stuff. So thanks to you guys. So as always, we appreciate you tuning in.
I'm Lloyd.
I'm JD.
Peace.
See ya.